Welcome everyone to another Freelance and Navigator Q&A sessions, live on call with all of the beautiful faces. Today we have a very special one. A new member joins the guild, the crew, the party, Eduardo Sancho. Please, a little bit of your background, 2 sentences, 1 minute introduction.
Right, nice to meet you guys. So my name is Eduardo. I'm from Costa Rica. I work as a full stack developer. I've been working in that for 5 years, and I'm currently getting started in my freelance experience. So yeah, excited to be here. Glad to be with you guys. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Sharing screen, here we go. Loading. Here we go. Welcome to Session Freelance Navigator, live on call, everyone. If you have a question while I'm explaining, feel free to raise your hand and I shall pause and help you. So, first things first, we're going to take 1 minute to just consider the following. 1 year from now, you're going to be 1 year older. What are you going to do? In other words, if you wanted to do something and you would have started 2, 3 years ago, where would you be today? I feel like sometimes we get into the do tasks and reactivity and to-do lists, and we're busy, 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 and we forget sometimes that we have a goal or a vision or a dream. 1 year from now, you'll be 1 year older, my friend. What are you going to do? Let that settle in for a second, because I want to remind you, you joined Freelance Navigator with the goal of elevating your career, the goal of building an agency, the goal of releasing your software product, making more money online as a freelance. And we have daily activities and different protocols for you to get there. And sometimes we get extra busy, or sometimes we feel for some reason unmotivated or unhappy. And so then we reduce the performance, but time won't stop. 1 year from now, you'll be a year older. What are you going to do? With that emotion in place, let's go. So in the screen, my friends, we have two different kinds of people. We have the average professional, the average Joe, the average professional worker, you name it. And then we have a top performer, buffed with the colors of the sun, just like the Freelance Navigator logo. So meet Larry. Larry is the average worker. Larry wakes up every day, repeats the same, and he has 10 very specific, very usual traits, behaviors, and mindsets. When you work as a recruiter or as a hiring manager, you get trained, you get professionally trained to quickly find, dissect these 10 specific traits so that you can tell them, hey, do not call me, I shall call you. So the first one is safe but forgettable. They are very safe. Larry is safe. Larry's a very safe individual, but it's just easy to forget, you know. He said some stuff, I don't know. Why should I hire you? He said something, I don't remember. Easy to forget. He has what we call the yes, sir predisposition, meaning somehow he's open to it all. He wants to do it all and he can do it all, apparently. Hiring managers, C-level managers, founders will tell them to do something, or they'll ask them a question. Hey, are you interested in doing marketing? Yes, 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 sir. Yes, 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 sir. Yes, yes, yes. But why are you interested in marketing if you're a back-end developer? Because marketing is very important. Why is it important for you? Because thanks to marketing, we make more business. Okay. Yes, sir syndrome. Have a little memory of me going like this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Don't be a yes, sir. Yes, sir. II syndrome. The II syndrome is the type of person who is always looking to cash out, take something ASAP. They don't have clear goals, short, mid, and long term. They are looking for the instant gratification. They're very needy too. I syndrome. These are people when you're talking to them and they're asking to, we're discussing a potential project or to join a team or an endeavor. They're very worried about them. They don't really worry about the team members or the mission of the project or the impact that the project will have on a business. No questions asked. Here we have some people hiring resources or team members. Mariano, for instance, we know by now, we know for a fact that if we get to the ending of an interview and then we ask someone, "Hey, do you have any questions for me?" And they're like, "No, no, all clear. No, no, no. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect." Uh, that's such a huge red flag. Do not ever, do not ever not ask a question, bro. Zero energy, monotone, just boring. Just like, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. Yeah, man. You know, uh, I woke up. I'm a developer, designer, and I'm here very, very excited. I love your company and I cannot wait to start. Telling instead of showing. People be running their mouths. Yes, I can do X, Y, and Z. They don't show you though. They don't have a track record. They don't have specific stories. They just say they can do things. Or they talk about things that they shall do, but they don't show you. Excessive we language, meaning they don't have accountability. Why is the project late? Because we didn't know exactly how a specific insert list of text tag or language worked. So we are late. There's no accountability, meaning there's no leadership. Okay. If there is no individual accountability, then it's not my fault. So I'm not doing anything wrong. Right. So it's a lack of accountability. Fear-based negotiation, meaning like people in Upwork are complaining currently, oh my God, these Indians, they're just charging $1 an hour. Fear-based negotiation. It's a sprint to the low of the low of the low of the low. Needy closing energy. That's the classic. Hey, Mr. Hiring Manager, founder, let me know if we can start working. I can start now for the full time. Hey, just wanted to reach out and see if I can get paid because I'm changing this cash. I need my bag. Overstuffed generic resumes. Resumes with 3 pages with a long list of chronological things that they did that have no correlation with a specific job or responsibilities. Okay, so these are 10 specific traits, behaviors that the Larrys, the average Joes, the people not in Freelance Navigator, that's what they do. Hiring managers and recruiters are trained, my friends. They can smell it. They can smell it from yesterday. So do not do these things. Okay? If it's all clear, put a one in the chat. Need to confirm, otherwise I shall explain again. One in the chat if it's all clear, please. Super fast. Thank you. Very good. Amazing. Now, my friends, meet the CTO. Look at the vibrant colors. And it's bigger. So, ownership. They just want to own everything, all the responsibilities. They actually struggle with feeling like they have specific clear responsibilities and they just have to do that and then they're fine. It's something inside of them that make them feel just like uncomfortable. They just want to do it all. They're very hungry. They have curiosity. They want to impact a business, a project, team member. It's just like sometimes a top performer or a CTO or a top tier individual, it feels like three people in one people, three persons into one human. Sometimes you get confused, like, hey man, now you're sleeping. That's ownership. That's the real meaning of ownership. Inquisitive questions. Larry wouldn't ask a question. Our dear CTO, top performer, high earner individual, they will ask very inquisitive questions. And for the ones who doesn't know what's inquisitive, it's just like very detailed data driven with a clear goal type of question. Pattern recognition. These are very easy to coach, very easy to train. They can sometimes feel like they're seeing the future. You're telling them, hey man, your responsibilities are this, or we're discussing a potential challenge with a project or a client. They already solving it. That's why they have an already started solving attitude. You don't have to be chasing them or babysitting them. They already fixed it. So for a founder or a hiring manager, it's like a glass of water, just like patience. It's like all this pressure that you have because you own an agency or a big company and you have to pay the bills and do marketing and business and networking. These individuals, this top talent, they make you feel relieved with an already solved attitude. Otherwise, you have to be chasing, and that's just extra work. Clear, crisp communication, meaning they know what they want to say. They're very clear and direct in their communication. They're not fear-based like our Larry individual. Coachable but not needy energy, meaning he is happy, she is happy to learn, eager to absorb, very curious, very excited about learning and getting to work, but not needy, meaning doesn't really need the job, doesn't really need the project, doesn't really need the partnership, has a predisposition to say, maybe this project is not for me, but maybe it is. So let me ask these inquisitive questions just to make sure that we are both the right fit for each other. Mission driven and curiosity, meaning these individuals have clear short, mid, long-term career goals, agency goals, products goals. Unshakable body language, they're very relaxed. They have paid the price. They paid the cost to be the boss, and they know because they did it, so they have nothing to worry about. They are not hiding anything. So their language is just very relaxed, almost like meeting kind of like a long time no see type of friend. You can almost feel a certain familiarity. Super interesting. It speaks in value, not in tasks, meaning it's not going to talk about the things that needs to be done in terms of tasks, more like in the value and the impact associating to the to-do lists in the project, in the business, for the clients, for the partners. And just this overall energy, like the sun. That's why my guy here, CTO, it's like the sun. It's this purple, this yellow, very alive. It's like you regret not hiring me. There is like a almost like an attractive energy to this individual. Very important for all of you guys on call. I'm sure you've met the Larrys, and I'm sure you've met the CTOs. And these are very clear distinctions. So, my guys, my beautiful faces, today I'm going to teach you how to act like a top performer so that never again people be thinking that you are a Larry. So, I want someone. Let's go for Eduardo. Eduardo, unmute and tell me one thing that you consider that you should be doing or you are doing that makes you act like a top performer.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'm asking questions all the time.
I am
One of
Google. I'm going to
the,
help you today from Costa Rica.
hold on. So, and the other thing, I'm doing a couple of things as well. So I'm asking questions about everything, even though if I know, just to reassure that people know that I understood. If not understood, I make the corrections. And I try to be, what else? What else? I try to be more proactive on what I do, all my knowledge, right? Every time I can, every time I can. The other thing is I try to avoid to be a yes man, a yes sir. Yes man and yes sir are different because yes man is more like a positive person, I think. Just let's do this, let's try this out, and then you can go ahead and yes man. But a yes sir is the guy who never questions a thing and just go ahead and do it just for the salary, right? Doesn't matter if it's complex or is a better way to do it. He doesn't speak up. He doesn't say anything about it. He just wants the things to get done as soon as possible to get paid. So he just do just sir and get the job done no matter what. If the
Precise.
job could be done better.
Eloquence, my friend. Let's go for my other dear Eduardo Sancho. One or two things.
How to be a top performer? Yeah. So I believe that top performers naturally they get to a point where they start to lead in the teams that they're working in. It just comes naturally. And how does that happen? There are certain features of leadership that a person will have. Um, there's like this like framework of five properties that a person can have. I can't remember the name. Maybe I can post a link later in the chat that these five properties in someone's personality, they immediately make them a good leader. So I can't answer right now, but I think those five features would be what you're looking for in a top performer. And maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's wrong to associate a good leader with a top performer, but that's just what I do.
No, I do that too for sure. Post those amazing five things in the chat, my friend. Let's go. All right, we shall continue. So, welcome to Competence Triggers. I'm gonna try and move this just close for a sec. All right, so competence for hiring purposes or negotiation purposes, it's been well documented and organized. So we have six different pillars and all intertwined with each other. So the first pillar is the knowledge, the things that you know. The second pillar is the skills, the things that you do with that which you know. The experience is the things that you've done with the things that you know. The behavior, the day-to-day attitude towards the things that you needed to do. The performance, the overall impact in a project, team, business related to the things that you did, and your goals, mid, short, and long term, right? Very clear that you understand these six pillars and you start to master yourself because you cannot see yourself just as a resource no more. You have to see yourself as a consultant. You have to see yourself as a CTO. You have to see yourself as someone who has impact in your area of expertise. So you need to master these six things. Now we're gonna do a little bit of an activity, and I'm going super fast because we have lots to go through. You walk into a room and it's an interview. All right. When you walk into a room and it's an interview or a negotiation, this can be a hiring process for a job, or this can be a negotiation for a project or a potential partnership, right? So the person who is waiting for you in this room or in this Zoom call is literally dissecting your body language, the things that you say, the second that you join the call or the second that you walk into a room. So what you want to do is to have the ability to deploy these competence triggers on command. Eduardo was saying, hey, I ask a bunch of questions. Okay. Asking inquisitive questions is one of the 10 traits of a top performer. Also, in the same line of answering questions is asking questions. And in terms of questions, we have what we call the question behind the question. So the first thing that you need to learn in this call, my guy, is that you need to be able to answer the question behind the question. For example, Mariano, why should I hire you? Muted.
Hello, Carlos. So my thought process here is first of all, I need to investigate what's the company problem, right? The why I need to hire you is more like, hey, I have this specific problem. Are you going to be the guy who's going to fix it? Do you already know that?
Exactly. Perfectly said, my guy. So the why should I hire you is actually asking, why are you here in this stable? Why are you interested in this company with our specific quarterly goals, with our specific vision and company values and the type of people that we usually hire. Why are you here actually? Are you looking for the dollar signs, or are you looking to actually have an experience in a journey and bring value to our company? That's the real why should I hire you? But they cannot sit down with 25 different random strangers and explain this whole question, right? So the competence trigger here is to answer the question behind the question. There's always going to be a question behind the question. So top performers have a clear training and a clear ability to understand the question behind the question. There is always a question behind the question. Another example. Eduardo, what's your current salary? Herrera.
Um, for one of the jobs, it's around 8,000.
So when you were applying to that job, when they asked you, hey, Eduardo, what's your salary expectation? What did you say?
I usually say higher, just in case that we get into a negotiation most of the time. So that brings me value, and they give me a room to negotiate in case they don't want that amount.
Exactly. So what is the competence trigger here? He is going to pitch super high. So he has an understanding that there's going to be a room for negotiation, meaning he is predisposed to negotiate, meaning he has done this before. And that gives him the confidence to say, hey, it's 15K, 16K. So that can be even scary for the hiring manager or the recruiter, you know? It's like, oh my God, yes. So the competence trigger here is to have awareness of why you're saying the things that you're saying. That is the competence trigger. There is no perfect answer, but Eduardo is pitching higher, so there's a room for negotiation. Another approach, when they ask you what's your salary expectation, is the following. This is a scripted, right? It's a prefabricated answer. The answer is, hey, Mr. Hiring Manager, as much as I would love to give you a digit or a specific number, first, I would love to ask you a couple of questions to better understand the initial expectations of the results that I should be providing and the day-to-day associated to this role so that I can gauge a little bit of what I'm getting myself into. You know, I want to make sure that it's a good fit for both of us. That is a way to not talk about the numbers, but make evident that you are a competent individual. You know, that's one area, or the other area is to say 15K and then deal with the negotiation part. Perfect. Um, Eduardo raised the hand. Yes, let's go.
So before we move into the next topic, there's another like framework for answering that question that I wanted to share. For example, if you are earning 4,000 per month and you're applying for jobs for freelancing or whatever, and you want to go, for example, to 5 or 6,000, and you're in an interview with HR or with the hiring manager or whatever, they ask you, what is your salary expectation? So this is a point where you have already talked about your technical expertise, and it would be good to say, here's the answer. I feel really excited about this opportunity, and I feel like I'm a really good fit for this role. So I would feel comfortable if you were able to match this around the same income or the same
Yeah.
remuneración or the same payment that I am currently in, and then you bump it up falsely. So
Compensation.
you're not really at 5 or 6, but you say if you were be able to match, I would feel comfortable, and then you say your goal.
Hey, that's a framer from the streets. You don't
Kinda,
get
yeah.
that. You don't get that in any YouTube video, my guy. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alrighty. So competence triggers. To close it up, because again, we have a lot to go through on this call, my friends. Competence triggers have awareness and have a clear reasoning behind the actions that you're taking. Don't just jump in a negotiation or an interview expecting to get asked some questions and just blurb and say whatever comes to mind. Plan ahead. You know, most of the people on this call, you guys basically master interviews through repetition. You know, you have an incoming lead flow of opportunities, meaning recruiters or hiring managers sliding into your LinkedIn messages, and then you guys uh, take two or three of the interview calls so you can practice. Keep doing that because it's the seventh habit of highly impact performers. Keep the axe sharp, right? So keep on doing that. Now, one of the things that I want you to understand and take away from this call is that you all have a virtual toolbox. All of this, all of you guys in this call, as freelancers, consultant, or top performers in tech, have a toolbox. Within this toolbox, once you open it up, you have to have your technical irresistible offer, meaning you already self-dissect it yourself, and you have a clear understanding of what makes you unique, meaning the specific themes or those moments in which work didn't really feel like work. You entered a flow state and you enjoyed what you were doing. Those are the little things that make you unique. And then you connect that with a specific need within a market. This can be in LinkedIn and Upwork. Your own fair advantage is all of the big wins that you've had and all of the big losses crafted in a story. That is also a crafted story that we're going to teach you how to do. And this is inside your amazing toolbox. Online custom portfolio for the ones on call who haven't claimed your free React Next.js custom build portfolio from Freelance Navigator. Please ping us and we'll give you access to that. But yeah, we all need you guys to have an online custom build portfolio. The custom build portfolio speaks about how much you care about what you're doing. The biggest mistake here is backend engineers, just because they do backend, they feel like the design doesn't really matter. Sometimes doesn't even cross their minds, but everything matters. Video testimonials of past clients or happy managers or bosses. Your resume is optimized per specific role. You cannot have just one singular resume that you just blow like a shotgun and hope for something to stick. You have a very clear role or project that you want to land, and you craft a resume specifically for that role or that project. 5-star GitHub, that's self-explanatory. LinkedIn professional branding, meaning you should have at least 33 to 55 valuable, contextually relevant pieces of content that you publish on your LinkedIn. This is used to help you leverage it once you're negotiating salaries or applying for jobs. VIP networking, this is the third door, shadow market. We've seen this in other calls. And evergreen learning attitude. Your evergreen learning attitude. Now cybersec is popping up. AI is popping up. You all need to be having an evergreen learning attitude. Lastly, and not least, I have a surprise for you all. On this call, for you all top performers and CTOs, beautiful faces, the Freelance Navigator team is going to give you a sidekick. This is going to be an agent that we're going to give you access to right now. I'm going to stop sharing for a sec. I'm going to send the link of this agent on the chat. And what you're going to do is super simple. The agent is free and it's going to first ask you to give it context. It's going to ask you for context first, meaning what's going on? Are you chatting through Upwork with a potential buyer, client, or a partner? Or are you live on a call? And what question did you get asked? Or what's the current situation? And the agent is going to give you an option of something that you can ask or something that you can say. All right? Questions thus far, my friends? If no questions, I shall proceed.
I do have a quick question about the portfolio. So, in my case, the portfolio has been a little bit challenging because I was telling you the other day during our one-on-one, um, building a portfolio only on documentation, because that's mostly what, in my case, it's information security and ISO 27001 and so much other standards. So as a portfolio, how can I make it more interesting for companies or even clients to, or I would say more attractive, more comfortable for them to watch it, you know? The portfolio that I currently have is like a 10 pager, which contains a set of things that were done at multiple clients, or the one that I currently have right now, it's the one that I implemented last year because it was a 1 year project, right? But that is the part where I'm kind of stuck, you know. I already have it, but how could I improve it in a sense that I could summarize it first of all, and
Yep.
also make it more appealing to
Yeah,
watch.
really, really good question. Really, really good question for all life on call. This is called your unfair advantage. Is point number two of the presentation within the toolbox, the unfair advantage. So you don't have to show any data. In your case, if you work in security or if you're dealing with sensitive or IP proprietary systems or information, you can securely and compellingly tell a story without compromising any data or any systems. So your first approach is telling stories. You can make case studies of the things that you did that does not necessarily relate or show or display any specific data or system. Meaning, hey, I segregated this data through this framework and this step-by-step process, or I designed for this specific contextual system or problem this solution. I faced these challenges while fixing or while doing this, and these are the results, and this is what I learned, you know?
Hmm. Okay, got it.
Okay. And I can tell you why this works. You know, when you're in a negotiation, talking to a potential client, they're gonna tell you this specific question. They're gonna tell you, hey, tell me about a time in which you faced a very challenging project. What did you do and what did you learn? So you have to tell a story. It's not like you're gonna start disclosing data or specific processes or systems of your current employer or a past client. You're gonna have to tell a story of the things that you did. And in your case, it's very powerful because you're dealing with high stakes type of information, and you have one of the toughest NDAs probably in this call.
Yeah.
So, you know, so you could say that you were responsible for a fintech client handling $10 billion in assets, and you implemented your original process to reduce load time by X amount. This is just stories, you know, but like you have to sit down and consider the stories.
Yeah.
You don't have to share systems or specific processes. You can just tell stories.
I want to add something. I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't find the hand to raise it up. But basically to add what Carlos says is you mentioned you got like a 10 pages information right on top of it. Nobody's
Yeah,
gonna sit down and read 10 pages, and 10 pages pretty much is a lot of
exactly.
in it, right? So instead of that, like he said, grab a story. Try to sit down in a journalist hat for you, right? And try to write it down an article, something like it's 2 or 3 paragraph long, where you tell a story, but you also tell us how do you solve it. And if you found on your 10 pages 12, 11, 12 or 11 different topics, now there you have 12, 11 articles you can post it on LinkedIn, and then you link that on your portfolio. This is one way to solve it. So if you part of your portfolio is as a security, I saw this way. Tell it kind of story. How do companies are solving right now the data block or the encryption part, or how do we keeping up with the high trust certifications, right? How are we dealing with not leverage data for customers outside of our networks, stuff like that. You put out a header and you tell the story. Now, when people read those articles or short articles, they know you wrote it, and they know this guy is not what he's talking about. He had done several different topics on it, and now he's kind of the guy we're looking for because he got the expertise on it. That's one way to create your portfolio in a very creative way.
Exactly. And it's super good because this all connects to the resume too. You know, experience at company X. 4 to 5 bullet points of things that I did, you know?
I'm
It,
I'm struggling same way you do because I'm not like a front end developer, so I don't have a front end website to do. I'm a DevOps, and I'm still looking for ways to improve my portfolio to people know that I am knowledge on what I'm talking about. But showing the code, showing the pipeline is not always the case. Explaining on the video, it's a better approach, but also writing stuff, I'm still reinventing that part of me to create a better portfolio. And I came up with the same solution I just gave it to you today, as today, this morning, by the way.
Thank you, Eduardo. And thank you, Carlos.
For sure, man, for sure. Really important. We're working on another agent just to help you guys do this stuff. So my goal is that for next week, just as we just gave you the agent for the inquisitive questions, the site kit for hiring, we can give you guys one to help you optimize. I already have one that I use live on call with Eduardo actually, and it's working perfectly. But to make it productized and open to all of you, I still need to fix some stuff, so it's coming. A really good question. Listen, yo, we all can tell stories. If you have not an ability to tell stories, there is no way for you to influence nobody. There is no screenshot, there is no portfolio, there is no animation that can do that work for you. You need to be able to show it and tell it. Okay? It's the only way to be memorable. Otherwise, you're gonna be like Larry, forgettable. You have to be unforgettable in every way. All right. Amazing. Beautiful faces. I shall proceed. We're going to do one of those Upwork project reviews. Today, we're gonna work on Mariano's profile. And so, first, I'm gonna ask Mariano to share his screen so we can just go through an overview of the current state of his Upwork profile so that then you guys can see from A to Z the entire process of what it's like to optimize an Upwork profile, what it's like to get a client, to get the review. So just do a little bit of a walkthrough so that the new members and people who haven't seen this have a clear understanding. And I'm starting already to work on the job on my side.
Perfect. So this is my Upwork profile. This is basically the landing page. This is what client will see. They'll see, all right, this guy is called Mariano. He's from Costa Rica. Very important. He has a badge that actually proves that he's a top-rated talent here in Upwork. So he already has previous experience with clients. Total earnings, jobs, total hours that I've worked on the platform, my headline, also with my hourly rate for projects, the description of the services that I actually provide, for example, chatbots in this case, attacking the pain points of the client. We don't want to talk about ourselves in these kind of things. We want to talk about the client. It's what's in it for them, not what's in it for me, right? So here's the bio, introduction video, because we need to verify that the guy who's in this photo is actually the same guy who's going to provide the services. This is not an agency or stuff like that. This is my personal profile. Languages, English, Spanish, this is a must. Educational, linked GitHub account, super important. And one of the most important part, the portfolio, where we're going to test the different things. Andres was talking about how can I do a better portfolio. I will suggest you in the near future also to create YouTube videos. For example, this is a super simple YouTube video where I just do a hook, basically telling the results of the project, a video, a long video explain like the architecture of the project, and a final part or segment where I show the results of the implementation. So super simple, that hooks the user. And I attach also like the same screen here with a cool thumbnail because the devil sees on the details. So yeah, the most accurate you can do the portfolio and like the the more effort you put in, that'll be compensated a lot. Also, you can include LinkedIn recommendations. This is the other ones. This is like the reviews. These are actual projects that I finished, and clients basically gave me a 5-star review, which is super, super important. Don't get less than 5 stars. So really put in the work. And this is something new that I just implemented, which is a project. Basically, I have a product, which is a WhatsApp chatbot, it's a GitHub repository that I can basically clone and just change the system prompts for a specific person. So I'm testing this feature right now. We'll tell you the results pretty soon. In school, the LinkedIn testimonials, which I was talking about, and certifications and employment history right here. So this is the landing page, as I told you. This is what defines if clients will even speak to you. Like if this is my guy, he has previous experience with the tools and requesting and so on. He's a top performer or just a Larry. So let me know, Curtis.
Yep, perfect. On my way. I'm sharing now.
Awesome.
Stop sharing. Okay, that was a nice walkthrough of a Upwork profile. Here we go, sharing. All right, friends. Welcome to the Freelance Navigator company account. As you can see, this is upwork.com. This is us. You can see that this is a client account because I can zoom right here. Yours are gonna say freelance. Mine says client. There are 3 different types of accounts within Upwork. Is the freelancer account, is the client account, and the agency account. I think the only person who has an agency account here is Andres Castro, but still we're not really using it. We just use it for financial purposes. Okay, so this for the new ones, I'm going to show you how fast and incredibly easy it is for a new person to post a job in Upwork. So here we go. I'm going to click on post a job. I'm going to say it's short term. I'm going to click continue. That's 2 clicks, right? They have an AI that's called Mindful AI that can do the work for me. I know when we do this, I ask you guys to tell me the type of project that you guys want. So I'm just going to put this here that Mariano sent me. I'm going to hit enter. That's 3 steps, right? I don't need to do this. That was 3 steps, right? And that's it. Last year, we needed to put every single detail, the title of the job description, the category, the skills needed, how long it was, the budget, like all of these things were by hand. Now with this AI, that was 3 clicks. And I'm going to post a job now. So post it. It's going to load. It's going to ask me if I want to supercharge it for more freelancers to see it. I don't need that. So I'm just going to go free. Click on free. Congratulations, the job is posted. You guys are seeing exactly the step-by-step process that your clients go through when posting a job within Upwork. All right. As always, congratulations. You know, the AI chatbot developer for automated messaging and client support has posted. I can invite for free 30 people. You know, if I had a paid client account, I could have, I think, 60 or something. but I can invite 30 people, meaning I can find you guys. I can find specific people here that I like and invite them. For example, I posted the job in 3 steps. And the first thing that they do is they prompt me. They ask me to invite specific people. What if I'm new here, right? What if I'm an agency owner in Canada making $100,000 a month? I'm super busy. I was in after hours, sunset drinks with people from college, and they told me, "Hey, Upwork is a good place to find talent. Maybe you should try it." Okay, so 3 steps. I have a job posted, and now they're asking me to invite people, apparently, right? So I can filter people by their ranks. The ranks are their job success. Mariano said, "Hey, always get 100% job score, right? If you have less than 80, you're not gonna show up. You're gonna have to struggle a lot." We have 3 different tags. We have the rising talent, the top rated, and the top rated plus. There's a hidden one that is top vetted. It's not shown here because it's invite only. We have one member in Freelance Navigator who has that, Alejandro Pereira. And so, what is it that we need? We need to get you guys on the top rated badge ASAP. Everyone on call who is doing Upwork, you need to get to the top rated badge ASAP. So I can filter here by top rated badge. It is gonna send me everyone who is top rated, meaning is the blue star, blue star, blue star, blue star. People with the blue star, they have at least 5 already paid projects and 100% job success score. I can go top rated plus, meaning they have done at least $10,000 in Upwork already, and they have at least, I think it's like a 90% success job success, and it's a pink. This guy, Davide from Italy, it's an UI UX designer who has made $300,000 in Upwork. This guy, 70K, 200K, 100K, 900K. So if you're curious, you can go to Talent and Upwork and just filter your direct competitors and just see who are the top rated plus members. These are the guys who we need to fight with. Anyone else doesn't really matter. So I don't need to do this. I'm gonna go any job success. I don't want you guys to get confused. I just want to see you. I just want you to see this. I can go Costa Rica as a location, and we can see who in Costa Rica is in Upwork right here. And I can invite 30 people for free. So I can do, I like her. I can do this. Interested. I'm gonna do this just for you to see. So I have 30 invites left. I don't even have to pay. So I first posted the job in 3 clicks, and then I can invite 30 people, 30 strangers, 30 freelancers for free. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. See, I can just do that 30 times. So I'm showing you this because the reason why we optimize your profiles is that so that you can show up, so that you can show in here, and then you don't have to be applying to jobs all of the time. I can invite Mariano. So I'm going to do this now, and you'll see what's going to happen on his side. So invite Mariano, you can share and show.
And just as a side note, before proceeding with this, guys, check out this. If I go to my notifications here, see this new job, AI chatbot developer. As soon as Carlos hit the button, I have my algorithm already trained with AI projects. So I got the notification, and not only here in the platform, but also in my cell phone. So really important to do that and hit the like or save job post, basically. All right, so I'm going to refresh this and I should have a message.
Or a notification.
Oh, you have received an invitation. All right. Mhm. So here I have the option to accept the interview, decline it, or refer a freelancer. This is a job post that Carlos generated with the Mindful AI. Super easy to do. We can see also here the stats of the client. So, okay, 5 stars, 7K total spent, right? Good client. Okay. So we can go ahead and accept the interview. And it's going to ask me for my terms. We're going to leave this as default. How often do you want the rate increase? Never. And cover letter, hey, and the name of the client, in this case, is Danny. Thanks for reaching out. Excited to discuss the details, scope, and deadlines. And as easy as that, I can submit a proposal.
With 0 connects because you got invited.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, um, I think it's packages of 300 connects that we usually buy. But if you get invited because your profile is really good, then you can apply for jobs for free. Okay, so that was it. I'm gonna share now on my side. Super fast because it's already 1 hour. Okay, for everyone looking, the client is, looking for people. Maybe client wants to see freelancers in Canada, right? So it's gonna filter through by Canada and it's gonna see what's happening. There's apparently not a lot. Okay, and then he got a pop-up message. Look, I can click on it. So this I'm showing you guys because I think it was Andres who wanted to apply to 3 specific jobs, but it was already like a day after. We need to
Yep.
uh-huh. So we need to be applying within the next 24 hours, ideally the first 3 hours, ideally the first 3 seconds, So, hey man, I like your profile. I liked your portfolio. My budget for this is 1K. Sound good? Mariano can reply like just say yes or super yes. I'm talking to this person on a pop-up message I could potentially still look for others. Um, this is super interesting for people to see. We posted what 3 minutes ago, and we already have 6 people applying. I'm gonna click here for you to see. These are people who applied on my listing, on my job post directly. This one from Nepal, Pakistan, Venezuela. That's funny, I know that guy. Spencer from United States, India, oh, Costa Rica, oh. So this is the Upwork marketplace, and these are minutes. The more minutes go by, the more we'll start to see freelancers just popping and popping. And as you can see, the new Mindful AI tool is always here. We can chat with AI. You could be talking to all of these freelancers with an AI, review the proposals, compare top matches. I'm gonna share screen here for a sec because I got a message. Ah, nice. Okay, good. Eduardo BRB. Perfect. Oh, sorry guys, I have to go. No worries. I know it's long, it's long. All right, we'll do it for the ones we're here. So, super fast. I want to rehire because I already hired him in the past. Upwork payment protection, paid by the hour, weekly. I want to put this into like 75. What's it? Whatever, 40. Allowed to log manually. This is going to be a per hour type of situation. My goal here was to pay a fixed price. 1, 2, 3, that's 1,000. Pay for the whole project. Due date today. That's optional. Good. So fixed price contracts work conditional to the requirements and the scope of the project as usual in real life, nothing different, making sure it's all correct. As you can see, Mariano has the top rated badge. We all need you guys having that top rated badge. Next week, we might talk about it so that you have clear understanding of what's needed. Okay, so
Quick
$1,000.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat again what you need to get the top rated badge?
Top rated badge. Yeah, the requirements I think is like 5 job posts, 100% job success score, and the entire upward profile verified, ensuring your experience is all completed, and you have friends and family testimonials who vouch that you're a real person.
Okay. So if
Yeah.
it's 100, if let's say you fail at one job, you would lose that for good because it would never be 100 again, no? Or how's that work?
Oh no, you can come back. You can come back. But
Okay.
it's like if someone gives you a 90% job success score, then you need like 3 100s to get back to your overall profile score.
Oh, okay. So it kind of rounds. All right, that makes sense.
Good question.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, so friends, super simple. I'm going to fund the contract, so meaning I'm paying him. I'm sending money to escrow. It's a US safe account that once I click that button, that money is out of my account. It's in escrow, and I send the offer. Um, this doesn't mean I send the money to Mariano. There is a bank, there's a financial identity in the States who has my money. I don't have it anymore in my bank account. Escrow has it. And for Mariano to be able to get it, I need to be able to approve the work. And that's what we're going to do now. So my offer is sent. The money was sent to escrow. Now we're going to see what happens on Mariano's side.
I think I went too fast and I already accepted the offer. But basically, let me hide the floating buttons. If I go to my profile, basically I got this message from Carlos saying that he sent me an offer for a 1K project with just one milestone, and that the amount is waiting in escrow. I can see the details of that. I see a message like this where I can see a summary of the project. And I basically had two buttons here, like, hey, accept this offer or decline it. I basically hit accept the offer, and that redirected me to this page where I have all my jobs active at the time.
So let's go to the chat, send the work for revision, send
Mhm.
everything, all of the files that you have.
Sure. Let me stop sharing for a second.
So long story short, my friends, what we do is we apply for a job, we jump on a sales call with a potential client or an interview with a big company who's looking for to hire a retainer basis, which is the case of Andres Castro, for example. And then we get an offer. We get an offer through the Upwork system. This I'm about to share with you guys a secret, which is one of the biggest reasons why you're here. You know, I am doing the exchange reviews with you guys directly. So you guys get to control the narrative of the project and the review associated to your profile. But also, what happens is that once we have 5 projects within the Upwork account, we're gonna teach you how to on the call live with the client, take the client away from Upwork so that Upwork doesn't charge you fees of transactions and we don't jeopardize your profile because there are so many different clients. You know, some clients might be fighting with a wife or something one random Thursday, and then for some reason you said something to trigger them. So it's not 100% job success score. Hey, Eduardo Andres, I feel like it's kind of like a 97. This can happen. So we're gonna teach you in the phase 3 of the program, mastering interviews, how to take out the deal out of the Upwork marketplace, and you get paid directly through Pioneer. We're going to teach you how to send invoices, how to charge, how to negotiate that. But that goes a few weeks from now. Mariano, we ready?
Yes. So basically, here on the
Here's
chat, I share a document with the project architecture and also a link to the GitHub repository where I build the project, the chatbot.
Good. So my turn.
Okay, stop sharing.
I'm sharing. Long call, friends. So I'm gonna refresh. I'm gonna go then to my little dashboard here. I'm gonna just put this like this so you can see. I posted a job and then I hired someone and the chat is just right here. I can pay now. I can just pay. I don't even need to see the chat, but I'm going to see the chat. Click on the chat. Are you done hiring? Yes. So this is Mariano. Hey man, looks good. Super fast, like always. Don't think that this is something strange, by the way. Mariano and I already have uh, prefabricated solutions. I guess you can call it white label solutions for WhatsApp chatbots, for instance. So we can deploy a chatbot in 5 minutes. So this is nothing to be worried about. Okay, super simple. Look, guys, I can just release the payment. I can just send the money. So I'm gonna click here. Blah blah blah. No bonus. Pay now. Success. Mariano will be paid. Close. And that's about it. That's how you get paid in Upwork. If I want to, and I want to have an add-on, I can add a milestone and then give him more work. It's not needed now. I can see the files attached to the deal. I can refresh if needed. Don't need it, right? I can go back to messages. Messages is gonna tell me, hey man, looks good, super fast. Client approved the milestone. Milestone one, I can view the details. It's gonna take me to the contract details, milestone paid, invoice, or hey, request and refund. That's the invoice is gonna get downloaded. And that's it. That's the entire process, friends. That's it. What happens now is that I give them a review and a specific review. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, so I'm gonna see if I can do that now on call. But any questions on that process? Anything that wasn't 100% clear? Anyone?
I have
Oh,
a
I have.
question. Oh,
Oh,
sorry, go ahead first.
thank you. So just a quick question. When we're doing the these Upwork project reviews, what are the fees outside of the actual money that need to be put in the project?
yeah, I think we just paid like $60 total for a $1,000. I'm not really sure what it is. We can make a post in our school for that. But Upwork makes money on both the client and the freelancer. So I know that you guys pay as freelancers, you pay 10%. So Mariano from the $1,000, he got 900. Upwork takes 10% of that deal. And me as a client, I pay I think it's like some 3% or something. It's like a fee to post. So in total, I think, for example, Mariano wanted to have a $1,000 uh, project review. He has to pay 1,060, right? And then he gets back 900. He gets back to his bank account $900.
Okay. So to a certain extent, it would be worth it to pay that plus subscription on Upwork because it actually saves you that fee, that freelancer fee.
Oh yeah, everyone on this call must be on the subscription for sure. There are way too many benefits, like the active now, super boost your proposals. It's for sure you have to be on that.
Got it. Thank you.
My friends, I mean, long call, right? Long call. Thank you for having the patience. If you have any specific questions, be feel free to post whatever. Okay, David.
Yeah, for when you do get the charges from Upwork, is that charges like when they make money off of you as when the programmers, would that come out of like any particular job, or just have like a general kind of like a payment or something?
Yeah, each specific contract, it's associated to a specific job.
Hmm.
You get reducted per contract.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
super. Caleb, any questions? No questions.
No questions
I
at
do.
all so far.
I do
Edu?
have a question. So on basically when I finish the contract, and if you want to add something, you got an option to add an extra part of the contract that is also paid separately. That's the same thing, the same process. Loop it up for payment, the percentage you're gonna take, the old stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Better.
Same situation. You just don't have to redo the entire process. You can just click add an add-on or add a milestone, set up the scope, the requirements, and just pay the freelancer in there. Yep. Lovely. Excellent questions, everybody. So next week we'll do the same. Next week we'll bring another agent. If you have specific questions or if you need anything, right? Post in school. Post in school. I feel like we're doing great progress, everyone, in your specific point of your progress. I'm very happy to have you all here. You'll look very good. Let's go make some money. See you next week.
See you guys.
See ya. Have a good night. Thank
See you,
you.
everyone. Bye.
All right.
Bye.